On day 1, I spawned in as a small budding flower in an epic flower kingdom full of massive flowers. Wow. Wait, what's that over there? As if on cue, a group of machines emerged from the trees, cutting down everything in their path.
Run, Sharon! Take the kids and run!
I'm trying, Gary! I'm rooted in the ground!
I need to do something. I need to help them. Struggling against the dirt, I freed my roots from the ground. Now I can fight. I charged at one of the killer machines closest to me. My leafy hands didn't do much damage on their own. That is, until I knocked him over for good. Now on to the next one. Just then, I spotted a giant mech that was leading the robot army.
With these resources, in 100 days, my robot army will take over the world.
I couldn't let him destroy my home. Hurrah! I charged at the leader, but he swatted me aside.
Be gone, pest.
I tried to pick myself up and saw that the killer machines were still destroying the forest and flowers. The meadow. No. The robot army was completely overwhelming. If I wanted to make it out alive, I needed to run. Now.
Don't just stand there. After him.
On day 2, I ran as fast as my roots could carry me, but the robots weren't far behind.
Stop resisting. Resistance is futile.
Ugh, I have to lose these guys somehow. Then I saw it, a cliff and a river. I ran to the edge of the cliff and the river was super far down. Geez, I don't know if I can make that jump, but I couldn't hesitate any longer. The robots were about to catch me. I needed to take a leap of faith. Geronimo! I climbed out of the river and followed it for a while to some mysterious city of metal and lights. Whoa, there's gotta be people here. Walking down the massive black street, another robot came hurtling towards me. Oh no, they found me!
Hey, watch where you're going, I'm driving here!
I realized later this was something called a car, and it was completely unrelated to the robots. Oh, sorry, have a nice day! I stumbled back onto the sidewalk where I wouldn't get hit again, but I ended up running into another passerby. Oh, my apologies. I really should look where I'm going. I moved on, but stumbled into more humans walking out and about. Hi there, I'm Zako. What's your name? But people kept avoiding me. Hi, I'm Zako. My home was destroyed by robots. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Little did I know while I was chatting away, I was being watched nearby.
Time to move in.
On day 3, my conversation with the polite woman was interrupted by a huge robot as he leaped down from a building, creating a shockwave. There's more of you? My foe was relentless. Every wild attack they threw at me damaged the nearby buildings. He sent parts of the road tumbling through the air at me and caused explosions all around me. If my little plant body got hit too much, I'd be done for. Finding a wooden sword from a chest in one of the buildings, I used it. I even shot seeds from my head flower at the monster, denting its metal skin. After some close calls, I finally defeated the metal beast. I did it! With the battle over, the city folks started to come out in droves. They must be here to celebrate my victory with me.
What have you done? My house!
What? I don't understand. This wasn't my fault. It was the robots. It attacked me.
All you've done since you've been here in Domino City is bring trouble!
But nobody was listening. In fact, they started jeering at me. I was run out of Domino City by the citizens as they started throwing things at me. I had to leave fast. On days 4 through 5, I didn't know where I was running, but I knew I had to get away from it all. As night fell, I found a secluded grove to hide in. Ugh, I'm so tired. I collapsed to the ground. As a little flower, I wasn't meant to move this much. I nestled into the garden and fell asleep. I woke up early the next day as the sun came up and decided I needed a more permanent place to rest and soak up the sun's rays. Time to build a base. First, I crafted myself some wooden tools and got to work expanding the grove. I planted a bunch more trees and used my flower power to accelerate their growth nice and tall. Like this, I made the small grove my own. Whatever plants I found as I traveled around, I collected. So I planted all the mysterious flowers I had gathered around the grove to liven up the place. Finally, I built a big tree house up in the treetops for me to live. But as I was putting on the finishing touches, I heard a voice crying out for help. Huh? What is that? Hello? I'm here to help. I ran towards the source of the sound. Eventually, I spotted a bumblebee who was being attacked by a pack of birds. Hey, leave them alone, you jerks! I charged in to fight the birds. At first, they tried to swarm me, pecking with their sharp beaks. But after swinging around my sword, they quickly took to the skies. As they circled around, they tried to swoop in and knock me off the tree. Fortunately, I was a crack shot with my bullet-like seeds, and one by one, knocked them out of the sky.
Thank you so much! You saved me! My name is Beatrice.
Nice to meet you, Beatrice. It's not safe out here for a lonely little bee, or a flower for that matter. Want to team up and live at my base?
That would be wonderful!
With that, I returned to my base with Beatrice and built a room for her. Once that was finished, I realized I had been soaking up the rays of the sun for a while now. My body was doing photosynthesis. I started to grow. Whoa, awesome. I gained 5 hearts and a poison stinger too. I looked up and noticed that the birds were still watching us from a distance. Seeing that we'd spotted them, they flew away. What's the deal with those punks?
I don't know. They've been coming around here every day for the past week.
We gotta do something about this or the birds are just gonna keep attacking.
Yeah, let's do it!
With that, we left the base and headed out for the Sky Kingdom. On days 8 through 9, I was traveling with Beatrice through the Badlands, searching around for the Sky Kingdom so I could give those birds a piece of my mind. Man, it's hot out, but there's no sun. What gives? The sky was so cloudy and dark that I was barely getting any sun at all.
You know what you mean. Everything seems so dead and desolate here.
Suddenly, a pack of hyenas spotted us in the distance, and they seemed hungry. They charged at us and tried to eat us. Beatrice flew away and kept her distance while I distracted them. The hyenas swarmed me. I was barely able to keep them back using my wooden sword, but I knew it wasn't going to be strong enough. I hurriedly switched to my new poison stinger. Using that, I was able to defeat most of them quickly. The remaining hyenas started to run away, but I shot at them with my seeds and finished them off. Once the fighting was over, Beatrice flew by my side and rejoined me. We kept traveling and hiked all the way up a tall mesa. When we got there, we spotted the Sky Kingdom. It looked like a humongous bird cage. We entered the city only to discover it was already under attack by robots. I rushed in to destroy the machines as fast as I could. My issues with the birds would have to wait. It was an all-out war as birds of all shapes and sizes fought against the machines. I swung my sword against the robots, giving the birds much-needed assistance. Using my poison stinger to slow down their heavy hitters and my ranged seed attack to take care of the stragglers, the robot army began to diminish in size. With the tides turning, the birds began to fight back more vigorously. As I was killing the last 2 robots, I thought about what happened to my home. Never again. After I finished them off, the birds all circled around me in a crowd. Wait, guys, I only wanted to help. Who am I kidding? I'll take you all on. But to my surprise, they all began to cheer. Thank you. A big bird stepped forward who must have been their leader.
Thank you so much for saving our town. You are a hero.
No problem. Well, actually, there is one problem. I came here because your people have been attacking my friends at my new base.
I am dreadfully sorry for any problems my people have caused. These are desperate times. The great air machine overseer has been polluting our skies with smog. We look for food in new places now, but it is never enough.
I can take care of that for you.
You really think that you can do that? If you do, my people will swear allegiance to you.
Of course I can do it, dude. I'm Zako.
Please, take this item as a token of our gratitude.
He handed me an awesome sunstone. Whoa, this is sweet. It feels so warm. Thanks, dude. Because the kingdom of birds is suffering from the smog, I needed to leave and find the air robot overseer fast. But first, I tried using some of the artificial lighting at the bird kingdom to soak in some rays, but it just wasn't hitting the same way.
Is everything okay?
This smog really is rough, Beatrice. We gotta take care of the air overseer fast. I feel like I'm drowning. With no time to waste, we departed from the air kingdom. I headed to where the smog was thickest in the sky, hoping to find its source. Following the trail, I came across a sentinel standing in my way.
No organic life may pass this threshold. Be gone.
Ugh, I don't have time for this. Can we just table this fight for another time?
We cannot.
Fine, have it your way. The Sentinel was incredibly tough, being entirely made of metal. I needed to keep him poisoned to continuously drain his health. His punches were really strong, and he had a spin attack that knocked me away. But after a while, I got a hang of his moves and started overwhelming him. Unfortunately, he started summoning smaller robots to fight alongside him. I tried to use all my attacks to take care of them all, but there was too many of them. I'll at least finish off the big guy. Swinging wildly with my sword, I struck a fatal blow against the main Sentinel. When he died, so did all the other smaller robots. With the fight won, I continued on to find this machine base, but there was one problem. It's so high up. Floating far above me was a giant island facility in the sky. I spotted a robot guard standing at the edge of the floating island. Hey, you there! Leave these lands alone! You're polluting them!
Huh?
I said, leave these lands alone!
No, we don't want to.
This guard would be a tough nut to crack. I had to pull out the most surefire way to get what I wanted. Please?
Go away. It's here on orders from the boss.
Dang, we'll have to find another way. It's too high up. On days 14 through 17, I went back to the birds to report my findings. We've got a problem. The Overseer's base is too high up. I can't reach it.
That's no problem at all. Our scientists have developed a potion that grants the power of flight temporarily.
Flight? Really? I'll be able to fly? That's so cool!
But the scientists are short on supplies at the moment. What with all the robots running amok, we haven't been able to get what we need.
I can help. I'll take care of it. No problem. Anything so that I can fly. I mean, help out my bird friends. What do I need to get?
The special ingredient is wind runes from the wind elementals. I'm sure if you just ask nicely, they'll give some to you.
And so I headed out to the wind elementals. They were not too hard to find, whizzing around the tops of the rocky mesas and canyons. Hey, wind guys, could I pretty please have some wind runes?
No way.
What? Why? But I asked so nicely.
Let me guess. The birds sent you here. Typical. They've been taking our wind essence non-stop. Now that we cut them off, they sent you to do their dirty work. Well, it won't work.
But I needed to save the sky from air pollution. That affects you too.
We don't care. It's about the principle.
Suddenly, the wind elementals attacked me. They whizzed around me, flying in the air. They blasted me with their spiraling winds and their mystical beams of light. My melee attacks proved ineffective against them, so I had to use my ranged abilities. I hit the elementals with my bullet seed and my poison sting, wearing them down from a distance until eventually I managed to kill them all. With the elementals defeated, I was able to get the wind runes and bring them back to the birds. Here's the wind runes you needed. By the way, asking nicely didn't work.
Oh, is that so? Sorry about that. Let me just take this, and voila.
The bird leader crafted a potion. I thanked him and quickly left, ready to face off against the air overseer. On days 18 through 21, I arrived once again under the floating islands. I poured the potion all over my flower petals and to my surprise began to float up. Yippee! I can fly! I flew up to the base and was met face to face with the giant robot who was polluting the sky. I know asking nicely has failed me twice now, but you know what they say, third time's the charm. Could you please just leave so we don't have to fight?
Intruder alert, intruder alert, prepare to be annihilated.
Nope, fighting it is. You know, someone really ought to teach you guys some manners. I flew around the giant machine as fast as I could as its giant red eyes tried to keep track of me. I used my poison sting and fired my rapid seeds, but they did nothing against the Overseer's giant metal body. The Overseer unleashed its onslaught of attacks, always watching with one of its giant red eyes. I tried to outmaneuver the giant robot and escape, but it cut through the air quickly. Suddenly, one of its lightning attacks hit me dead on, causing the flying potion to wear off. Ah! I fell to the ground on one of the facility's railroad tracks. He chased me, striking lightning all around. He then cut me off and towered above me. Is it too late to ask nicely a fourth time?
Target acquired. Extermination incoming.
In that moment, I clutched the sunstone that the bird leader gave to me and absorbed it. With its power, I unleashed a beam of solar power, dealing a massive blow that managed to kill the air overseer. Upon its death, I gained 5 hearts and grew. Woohoo! Oh yeah! Exterminate this, you big stupid! Suddenly, the robot leader that destroyed my home swooped in. He unleashed an arsenal of weapons and dealt a ton of damage and knocked me back to the earth. Ow, 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 ow! This isn't good! I was almost dead.
Ha 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 ha! Puny photosynthetic eukaryote!
Gesundheit?
What? No! I forgot how simple-minded you bioorganisms are. All the better reason to get rid of you all. Prepare to die at the hands of the machina.
Get rid of all bioorganisms? But that's me! I gotta get out of here! And so I ran for my life as the robot leader sucked up all the remaining resources in the area. On days 22 through 25, I fled the destruction, and I was joined by the birds who were doing the same. Sorry about your kingdom. I know what it's like to lose your home.
I suppose we'll just have to migrate earlier this year.
You guys could live with me. I live in a giant tree, so it's actually really fitting.
That is a fantastic idea. We would be delighted to.
Explosions and flashing lights could be seen from where the Machina was destroying the Air Kingdom. And so, as the sky cleared over the Badlands, we all headed back to my home. Once we arrived, I got to work building rooms for the birds. I added a bunch of mini tree houses surrounding my big one. Now my grove felt like a community again. I also built a large war room at the top of the tallest tree so I could discuss plans with the bird leader. Awesome! Now this can serve as a base of operations for our forces against the robots.
Woohoo! Oh, it looks beautiful!
With the help of the birds and you, Beatrice, we can defeat the robot leader for sure. All right, go team on 3. 1, 2, 3, go!
I don't know about this.
What? No team?
Even with all of us, it still won't be enough to defeat them.
Psh, don't you think a flower, a bee, and some birds could overpower an army of murderous robots? Okay. Yeah, I see your point. On days 26 through 29, we discussed what we would need to do to defeat the evil robots.
To have a chance at beating the robots, you must assemble the other factions. The animals of the land, the dwellers of the sea, and the humans.
Land, sea, and huh?
Each of the factions has their own kingdom. The Air Kingdom in the Badlands was ours. The Sea Creatures Kingdom is located in the middle of the ocean. And the land animals, well, they live on land. And the humans reside in the city.
Oh, well, I guess I'd better go get them to join forces.
This will not be an easy task, I must warn you. The factions are not on good terms with one another. They may refuse an alliance.
They have to come together, seeing that the alternative is fiery robo-death.
I do not know if their leaders will see it that way.
I guess I have no choice but to try. Which faction should I start with?
I have no preference. Us members of the Air Kingdom don't have any qualms with the other factions. We're above it all.
In that case, we can go in alphabetical order. That means C is first.
That is not how that word is spelled. Oh, never mind.
On days 30 through 33, I began heading out for the Sea Kingdom.
Zako, wait! You're gonna have to build a boat or something. Flowers can't swim. Can they?
Why not? I mean, flowers can't typically walk either, but I've been doing a pretty good job so far.
I'm pretty sure excess water damages plants' roots and kills them.
Yeah, better go by boat then. And so, I stopped by my storage for planks. Once I had those, I got busy crafting a boat. Woohoo! Now I can get to the Sea Kingdom easily. No more setbacks. With that, I began my journey towards the sea. But before I could get to the ocean, night fell, and I was stopped by cyber zombies.
For the machina.
Hey, I just said no more setbacks. Ah! I charged at the zombies, firing seeds at them to knock them back. They relentlessly lumbered towards me, shrugging off my attacks. I tried to poison them, but their rotting flesh didn't seem all that effective. I knocked them around with my sword, but these undead, fused with robotic enhancements, were just too strong. I finally burned them away with a powerful solar blast, powered by the moon's rays of light. Okay, no more setbacks, for real this time. With the cyber zombies defeated, I finally made it to the ocean. As the sun began to rise once more, I got in my boat and paddled towards the Sea Kingdom. On days 34 through 37, I arrived at the kingdom, but machine forces were attacking it. Oh no, I gotta stop those guys. I hopped into the ocean with no time to care about water damage to my roots. My attacks weren't nearly as effective underwater, and I was much slower than usual. I blasted the bots with bullet seeds and solar beams, saving any sea creature who seemed to be in trouble. It was a fierce fight, with sharks tearing robots apart and high-tech weaponry being fired all around. There was one robot who caused me a lot of trouble with his arsenal of weapons. By the time he fell, so did all the other attacking robots.
Yo, Sea Cucumber, thank you so much for your help. My name's Finn. I'm the leader of the Sea Kingdom.
You're welcome. Wait, Sea Cucumber? Do I really look like a... Never mind. You're actually just the guy I wanted to talk to about defeating the robots.
Well, the water machine overseer is nearby if you're interested. You must headed to the Land Kingdom.
Oh, awesome! I mean, not for them, but this is the perfect opportunity for us to join forces and fight.
To help the Land Kingdom? No thanks. I have no interest in being made into sushi.
I know you guys don't like each other, but what's worse, the destruction of our entire planet and everything living on it, or having to work with people you mildly dislike?
Do I have time to think about it?
No.
All right, I'll go with you and help.
Thank you. See, was that so hard?
Additionally, I'll grant you my sea army to aid in your quest.
Awesome! With that, Finn and I headed to the land to find the giant water robot. On days 38 through 41, we traveled upriver to arrive at the Land Kingdom. Where do you think the evil water machine could be?
I'm unsure. The Land Kingdom is vast. It could be anywhere.
That's when we saw the giant robot right there by the water, and it was in the midst of a fight with some land animals.
Water is not meant for the internal functions of organic life. You cannot just drink it.
The robot smacked the animals, launching them backwards.
It literally is though, dude.
We're like 60% water, man. That's kinda its whole point.
The animals dove into the water and fired back with an attack of their own. They hit, scratched, and bit at the water machine general.
Error. Shifting into hardcore combat mode.
So, you think they got this, or?
Definitely not, no.
The robot threw the animals into the air, sending them crashing back onto the land with a thud and doing a ton of damage to them. We gotta go help them. On days 42 through 45, Finn and I rushed in to assist the animals in the fight. Hey, 10 for brains, leave them alone.
Insult detected. Generating comeback. Generating.
Ugh, I hate long buffer times. The giant robot blasted me with a water gun that had the force of a fire hose. The water was giving me a huge disadvantage, so I hopped out and started hitting him with my seed shooter. While I distracted him, the land animals were able to all swarm around him and start taking shots at his body. I ran around on the shore, but he started dropping bubble mines that exploded and did a ton of damage. Fortunately, with my awesome abilities and all of our powers combined, we were able to overpower and take down the massive mech.
Thank you so much for saving us.
Of course, but I didn't do it alone. Finn deserves half of the thanks.
What is he doing here? Don't you people have your own poop to swim around in?
Hey, our citizens are very hygienic in many other regards.
Stop fighting, you guys. He's here to help, just like me.
We don't want any help from those Sea Kingdom bottom feeders.
You might not want their help, but you need it. We all need to work together to have a chance of defeating the robots, or else we'll all be dead.
Maybe you're right.
Finally, some actual common sense.
But we're not gonna join you regardless.
What? Why not? On days 46 through 49, I tried to persuade the land leader once more.
If you want us to join you, you must be chosen by the Great Tree.
The Great Tree? What makes it so great? Why aren't I the Great Flower?
The Great Tree is a giant tree at the center of our world that connects all life. If it falls, so do we.
Huh, we're both kind of plants. Maybe it's like a cousin of mine.
The tree can see one's heart. It chooses who is worthy, true, and pure.
Worthy, true, and pure? That sounds just like me. Well, guess I'm off.
Not so fast. The journey to the tree is incredibly perilous. It's located in a treacherous jungle, and to reach the tree, you must complete the jungle's trials. So you'd better be prepared.
What's that supposed to mean? Do I not look prepared? All right, point taken. I'll go prepare. And so, Finn and I headed back to my base. On days 50 through 53, we arrived at my house. I got to work straight away on crafting some leaf armor to aid me in my journey into the jungle. I also made myself a leaf sword. Now I'm looking prepared and stylish. I should get going here soon.
Good luck, Zako.
Yeah, you're gonna need it. The trials are incredibly difficult. No one's been able to complete them in return. At least, not alive.
maybe you guys should come with. Safety in numbers, right?
We can't. Only the one who is to be chosen by the great tree must venture into the jungle. They must go alone to prove their worthiness.
And trueness.
And purity.
Now, not saying I'm getting cold feet, because technically I don't even have them, but how badly do we really need the Land Kingdom to join us?
Oh, you need them. My army's powerful, but limited to water. Besides, you're definitely worthy.
And true.
And pure.
Did you guys rehearse that? I don't know if I'm capable.
Zako, you've got this. Look around. You saved everyone here. Only someone capable of being chosen could do that.
Thank you, Beatrice. I think I can do it now. With my confidence restored, I headed out to the jungle. I traveled far and wide and was eager to receive the blessing, but when I got to the jungle, I was face to face with the mysterious sign. What's this? It said subscribe to the channel and like the video. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna do that right now. There was also a second sign that warned me of the deadly trials ahead. Oh no. The first trial I encountered? Hardcore. So of course I was ready for it. I had to traverse an obstacle course above a lava pit. I had to make sure I was being extra careful since I was a plant and fire was super strong against me. As I made another jump, the lava suddenly rose. Wait, what? The lava is rising? The lava started slowly coming up towards me, and I had to get out of there fast. Luckily, I was able to make it out before the lava reached me, but the next trial was right around the corner. Huh? What is this? Standing before me was a giant, fearsome beast and a tiny, cute one. Between them was a sign. You must choose. Huh, okay. I'll choose the cute little one, obviously. Suddenly, the cute little guy transformed into a terrifying monster. The big guy turned out to be a big ol' sweetheart and lumbered away. Huh, I guess I shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Oh well. The freaky beast charged at me and I fought it off. Its two heads snapped and bit at me from multiple angles. I tried to keep it back with my hardened leaf sword the best I could. The monstrosity opened its mouth and released a deranged roar that formed a sonic boom at me. I was able to fire back with my solar beam as well. After a while, I was able to take it out altogether, and I moved on to the next challenge. The third trial was a huge maze made of plants. I better leave a trail of seeds to make sure I don't get lost. I made sure to leave seeds at every turn so I would know the way back, but I still kept hitting dead ends. I followed my trail back and realized the maze was moving. What the heck? This dang thing's rigged. Now how am I gonna make it out? Wandering through the endless maze of plants, I was ready to give up until I reached a dead end with a sign. Reach into the ground to find the control you're looking for. Huh. Here goes nothing. I imagined myself reaching deep down into the earth, and my roots started actually growing out of me and down into the ground. I suddenly realized that I could feel the whole maze inside my body. Now I could control the walls, and I formed a trail for myself that led straight to the exit. Oh my gosh, I did it! I knew I could do it. On days 58 through 61, with all the trials completed, I arrived at the great tree in the middle of the jungle. I approached it, and it began speaking to me.
Greetings, Zako. You have completed my trials and passed my tests with flying colors.
Woohoo! I did it!
However, there is one final test you must pass to see if you are truly worthy of being a champion of nature.
Uh-oh, more tests? But I barely beat the first 3. No, I won't be afraid. Whatever test you've got, I can take it, no matter how hard.
Okay, you're worthy.
What? What kind of test even was that? It was so short.
I now dub thee a champion of nature. As my champion, you will be granted a new form.
Suddenly, I transformed into a giant made of leaves and vines, and I gained 5 hearts. All right, new form. This is awesome. Everything is looking up.
Up is not the direction I would describe things as looking. Times have been quite hard with Machina's forces attacking me, so I was getting quite desperate for a champion.
That kind of diminishes this, but it's still cool.
The robot's assaults have made me weak. I can maintain this form no longer. In order to fully control your new form, you must plant my seed and with it, grow a new great tree.
The great tree dropped a seed in front of me. I picked it up. Of course, your royal oakiness. Suddenly, Machina dropped down between us. I approached him with newfound confidence as a result of my new form. You're too late, Machina. We're gonna take you down and you can't stop us.
You can fight all you want, but the advancement of technology cannot be stopped.
Actually, I am most definitely going to stop you. You're going down, you big trash can.
Your petty insults can't stop this.
Machina obliterated the great tree, absorbing its power. The great tree! No! With all the power he gained, Machina transformed. He grew even larger and more menacing.
Now, thanks to you, I am more powerful than ever. You will never be able to destroy me or my grand fire overseer.
Wait, Fire Overseer? Suddenly, the Fire Overseer burned a clearing through the trees and charged right at me. He unleashed fiery blasts in my direction that set the forest even more ablaze. I fought back with all I had, but my weaker attacks like poison and bullet seed did nothing to its thick metal plating. I was on the ropes, avoiding the Fire Seer's dynamite attacks the best I could. Machina watched in amusement as I fought for my life. The only thing giving me a fighting chance was my Hydroblast ability. But despite my efforts, the Fire Overseer was way too strong. I couldn't defeat him. Uh-oh, things are no longer looking up. I had no choice but to try and run away. On days 66 through 70, I was doing my best to escape from the Fire Overseer, but he blocked my path.
You really thought you could escape me, little flower?
Zako, I will make a distraction. Escape while you can.
Wait, you're alive? The great tree used the last bit of its energy to summon a group of forest spirits who ran at the general.
What is this?
Fire! Fire! Stop, drop, and roll! Stop, drop, and roll!
While they distracted him, I was able to make my escape. I made my way back to the base and regrouped with my team of flying creatures. So, I was able to clear the trials and reach the great tree.
That is great news.
But the evil robot leader attacked and destroyed the great tree.
Oh, that's terrible news.
But before it died, the tree granted me this new form. I just need to plant its seed somewhere in the base before I can use it properly. So I set to work finding the perfect spot in the base to plant the seed of the great tree, hoping that soon a new one would grow. I watered the seed to make sure it would grow big and strong, when suddenly the fire general approached before me. Ah, what are you doing here?
I followed you to your base to finish you off once and for all.
Wait, we can talk about this. The Fire Overseer charged at me and we were locked in battle. The fight didn't end well last time, but this time I had home field advantage. I shot him back with my Hydro and Solar Blasts to deal damage to his metal robot body. The fight was neck and neck, but over time, I started to lose ground. He was catching everything on fire, and pretty soon, he would burn my base to the ground, diminishing my power. The Fire Overseer stood above me, ready to strike the killing blow.
Nothing can stop the progression of technology.
Suddenly, the animals of the Land Kingdom appeared. They all charged in to help me fight. With all of us fighting together, the Fire Overseer was no match for our power. He was defeated. Thank you so much. You saved me. I mean, I had it handled, but you guys definitely helped.
Of course. We know the Great Tree determined you to be worthy, so we will defend you to the end.
Right. Sorry about what happened to them, by the way.
No matter. The Great Tree never dies as long as one of their seeds survives.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to my base.
Thank you. We will be raiding your snacks immediately.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna go put out these fires. Suddenly, the great tree began to sprout again and grew into a humongous tree. And I finally unlocked the power of my final form, increasing the power of my poison ability. Whoa, awesome! If only I had this against a Fire Overseer, it might have gone better for me. Thanks, Great Tree. Welcome back. The Great Tree didn't respond. Despite its size, it was still just a sapling. It's okay. Take your time. Suddenly, I noticed that the magic oil leaking out of the Fire Overseer was soaking into the ground and mixing with the power of the Great Tree. The ground began to glow, and then zombies started to burst out of the dirt. Ah, zombies! On days 75 through 78, a zombie horde was attacking. I fought off the few that spawned near me. I blasted them all to pieces with my solar beam and poison spray. But then I noticed a huge horde was coming in this direction from afar. Luckily, they were the slow kind, so I had some time to prepare. I regrouped with my team. Alright guys, the zombie apocalypse is on its way.
Wait, what? What'd I miss?
No time to explain. We gotta prepare.
We are here and ready to serve you, Chosen One.
Okay, we gotta fortify our base against the horde. Board up all the windows while I work on upgrading the base. While they worked on that, I went out and checked on the status of the horde. Alright, looks like we still got some time. I started combining the 4 center buildings on our base into one big building so we could all be together, and replaced all the wood with reinforced spruce planks so it would be harder to break into. Just when I finished up my modifications, the zombies arrived at our base. Animals, to your battle stations! The horde of zombies shambled forward to batter down my base. I ran to one side and took out several zombies with my poison spray. They just keep coming. Suddenly, I heard the sound of breaking glass and splintering wood.
They're breaching our defenses!
Oh no. I rushed over to the breach and used my solar blast power to devastate the zombies that made it in. Back I say. Once I finished repairing the barricade, I heard another breach from across the way. I began to make my way there, but I heard more zombies breaking in from all directions. I can't be in 5 places at once. There's too many of them.
Don't lose hope, Zako. There's still time to save us. Call upon the power of the great tree.
Come on, concentrate. With my focus, I tapped into the power of the great tree, and plants began to sprout all around the base. I did it! Best of all, they started firing seeds at the zombies. Whoa, awesome! They're like little plant turrets.
I think the horde is thinning.
Keep fighting. I'll pick them off from a distance. With the help of the turrets, my team and I were able to clear out the entire zombie horde. Once the threat was neutralized, the turret plants receded back into the earth. We did it! Whoa, what's going on? I was feeling funny. Then I noticed I unlocked a new power. I found that not only could I keep summoning plant turrets to fight, but I could also use the same plants to summon spore zombies. On days 83 through 86, I regrouped with my team. With these powers, we'll be able to defeat the robots for sure.
I'm afraid we might not have the numbers we need.
What do you mean?
We need the humans to join our side. Convince them to aid us and the victory will be assured.
Right. So where can I find these humans?
Oh, I know! You can find the humans in Domino City!
Oh, Domino City? I don't think we want those guys' help. Last time I tried to help them, they ran me out of the city.
All humans must be united to defeat the robots.
Oh hey, you can talk! I'm still not convinced we need them though. Something was off about them.
Didn't you say to me it's more important to save the world, even if you have to work with people you dislike?
Point taken. Fine, I'll do it. I immediately set out for Domino City and approached a group of citizens I found there. Excuse me, I come seeking an alliance. Will you join my team in our fight to destroy the evil robots?
Activation phrase detected. Removing disguises.
Suddenly, they all took off their masks. The humans were all robots. Dang it, I knew something was off about you guys. Before I could do anything, the robots all swarmed around me.
Seize him!
I summoned spore zombies that exploded upon death, which was very useful because they didn't last very long in the sunlight.
Surrender, organic, life form.
Despite this, the humanoid robots persisted, blasting me with their powerful laser blasters until I was forced to bring out the big guns. I started blasting them with my solar beam, sweeping it across the horde and wearing them all down at once. It was working really well, and they started dropping like flies. Eventually, I defeated all of the robots, and I wanted to catch my breath, but I couldn't. The mayor of the city landed in front of me.
You have destroyed all of my citizens. I am mayor of no one.
That's right, and you're next.
No matter, I will create more.
Suddenly, the mayor transformed into a giant robot and started pumping out little robots to attack me. The little dudes swarmed all around me and started smacking me. They were tiny, but there were so many of them that their power stacked up. I ran around in circles trying to avoid the onslaught of tiny fists while I slowly wore them down with my poison spray. I also summoned more spore zombies to try to distract them, but it didn't seem to make a difference. Using my poison spray, I was able to wear down all of their hard metal armor, and eventually they were all defeated.
You have beaten all my minions. Now, let's see if you can beat me.
The mayor charged and started launching bombs at me while I retaliated with my seed gun. I tried using my solar beam to blast his metal body open, but he was too good at evading it. I started once again summoning more spore zombies, and this time they were pretty effective. They all died, releasing poison into the air and wearing down his metal body. And then I came in with the final blow to finish him off. With the mayor defeated, the city was a ghost town. Seems like a shame to let this place go to waste. It will be the perfect place to launch an attack on the robots from. Plus, I don't want the great tree sapling to get caught up in the fight. With that, I set to work redesigning the city in my own image. On days 91 through 93, I started by covering the massive buildings and a ton of overgrown plants to make the place feel more hospitable. Beatrice came to help too. I don't know why they didn't do this to begin with. It looks great. Next, I added little houses up high for the bird army and a ton of water in the center so the Sea Kingdom soldiers would feel at home. Finally, I littered the whole place with my plant turrets so we could have plenty of defenses against the robots. Awesome. Now this can be our fortress to attack Machina from. Let's go get the others. We went and got all the other kingdoms and brought them to the city.
Wow, this place looks great.
Yeah, but where are all the humans?
Oh, they were actually robots the whole time.
Oh, well, I guess we won't be needing them then.
We began talking strategy and making our plan to take on the main robot factory and Machina himself. Wait a second, where's the leader of the birds? That creepy vulture-looking dude. What's his name again?
Zako! Zako! Beatrice has been kidnapped by the Electric Overseer.
Ah, jeez. On days 94 through 96, I set out to find the Electric Overseer and rescue Beatrice. I followed the bird leader's directions all the way to the base of a gravelly mountain. A violent thunderstorm was coming from the top of the mountain, which was consumed by clouds. Just then, 2 lightning strikes happened on either side of me, and 2 electro drones appeared. Sup, losers? Give me back my befriend, or I'll kill all of you and your leader.
You threaten the Electric Overseer. Your life will be terminated.
The drones charged at me and began throwing lightning down upon me from above. I tried to avoid the strikes the best I could, but they were raining down all around me, and I couldn't get a good hit on them. The drones were putting up a really good fight, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to beat them. But suddenly, I remember I had a water attack that might work well against these drones. I tried it, and it was super effective against them. After that, I took them down quickly. Whoa, sweet. This Overseer's going to be easy to beat.
No, he won't. He's covered in
Ah, dang it. On days 97 and 98, I reached the top of the mountain to discover a factory that was producing the storm that raged around me. I entered the factory to find Beatrice locked in a cage. Beatrice, I'm coming!
Wait! Look out!
Just then, the Electric Overseer emerged to confront me.
Hello, Zako. Welcome to my lair. I hope you like high-energy situations. My power levels can be shocking.
I'm confused. Are you the Overseer of electricity or bad puns?
Both.
The Overseer started sending out a ton of drones for me to fight. There were way more than before, and they were waterproof too. They swarmed around me, and I summoned a bunch of spore zombies to try to hold them off, but it wasn't working. They were too fast. The Overseer also started lugging electric bombs at me that sent a big shock through me and distracted me from the horde. Slowly but surely, I was able to wear them all down. Once the drones were finished off, I charged the Overseer with everything I had and blasted him with poison spray. His shock bombs shook me, but my poison spray was starting to erode his armor. Once I started wearing his armor down, I was able to use my water gun to do extra damage to him. I hit the dude with one final smack, and he fell to the ground.
This was all just a distraction so Machina could get to your base. But it's too late now for you to stop him.
Wait, what? No! On day 99, I rushed back to the city with Beatrice as fast as I could, and it was totally destroyed.
Oh no! Where is everyone?
I don't know. Maybe they retreated. We traveled to my grove, but it too was in ruin. Beatrice, I think they're gone. All of my allies had been defeated by Machina. There was nobody left. Looks like it's just you and me against the world again. Just then, Machina emerged from the wreckage. Machina, you took everything from me. Why?
I couldn't let you halt the march of progress.
Oh, I'm gonna halt it. I'm gonna destroy you myself.
We will see about that. Thanks for renewing my power source for me, by the way.
He started absorbing the power of the great tree again, growing to be as tall as the trees around him. Oh yeah? Two can play at that game. I did the same thing with the tree's permission and grew to be just as big as him. Let's go, big boy. On day 100, Machina and I were facing off against each other, waiting to see who would make the first move. We both charged at each other and the Battle of Titans began. In our giant forms, we both had crazy new explosive powers and we destroyed the landscape all around us. He blasted me with all kinds of crazy robot powers, raining fire from above and blasting the landscape with nether bombs. I retaliated with my seed bullets, which were much bigger now due to my larger size. I also kept blasting him with huge amounts of poison spray that began eroding at his metal armor. I also spawned a horde of spore zombies that all swarmed around him. He had a powerful lightning ability, just like the ones from the factory, and I was worried the powerful surges would fry my roots, but the power of the great tree protected me. Little by little, I was beginning to overpower him. With one final massive blow, Machina shrank back to his normal size.
Ah, you fool! You can't stop progress!
Yeah, just watch me, dummy. With that, I came down upon him with a body slam, crushing the robot like a tiny bug. I did it! I won! Zako!